how's it going? So, no, we're fine. Oh, no, not sleepy. I, thought that I had enough time to eat carne asada fries. I did not. Which is why the stream is a bit late. I'm fine. The carne asada fries were good, though. Worth it. Fist pump. Yep. Oh. It's fine. I can totally eat like a 20-year-old. I just need some Tums and a lot of denial. Oh, it was good though. So good. Worth it? Worth it? I'll leave that up to you. If I vomit on stream. Oh god, my stomach. So how's everybody doing today? And I should get welcome back to another episode of Flash Zellow, Fiction Done Fast, the show where I take a bunch of writing prompts from my friends and turn them into one-page short stories in front of you live for your entertainment. Oh god, I'm dying. I'm not dying. I just made unfortunate lunch decisions. Oh, it's a late lunch, but fiance and I were working on trying to get her car up and running. Cars are really convenient until they're not. But no matter, we are here. I always want to say we are queer, and I'm like, no. I am bi-curious at best. That's a different story. Alcohol, man. College and alcohol. Anyways. So, how y'all doing? Hope everyone's doing alright. Let's just jump into it. We've already been going for a bit, but I needed time for my stomach to stop behaving like the San Andreas fault line. You know, just for a hot second. We're fine. We're fine. Well, while we're here, let's, oh man. Oh wow, the wind really kicked up in the last, 10 minutes. Don't know if you guys can hear that. Don't know how the connection is, but... Also, we got the live stream for Unis Honest playing in the background. It's the last day of Unis Honest! For anyone who's also a fan, anyone desperate to get merch, or anybody who just wants to watch one of their videos in the last 10 hours before they get deleted. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just kick off and read through the prompts, see what we got. Oh, Scarlet Fury, did you not know today was the last day? Yeah, they're going to delete the channel live on the live stream on YouTube. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but... Yep, that is Mark and Eve. That's wild. I'll let you guys in on a little secret, all three of you that are here. Oh, fuck, there's actually a term for it. It is at midnight. I don't know, it's not showing the it's not showing the countdown anymore. Wait, I actually set a timer on my phone. It's 9 hours and 24 minutes until they shut it down. So, what was I going to say? Oh, my encyclopedic ass, I had to download them all and store them on an external hard drive. Not for any particular reason other than it might be a problem, actually. Oh, it's, in the internet age, storing shit is, so easy that it becomes a bad thing. But, alright, let's read through the prompts. Read those prompts. Oh, no. The story of a French omelette from start to finish from the perspective of the egg. So, I had an idea for this one earlier today. So I need to double check an actual recipe on how to make a fucking omelet, because I'm a fucking mess, man. But, no, we're fine. We're fine. Oh. Revenge of the carne asada fries. Okay. An exploration of class warfare and inequality that takes place night in the museum style at a big furniture outlet store between sentient pieces of furniture. No humans allowed. Think Snowpiercer, but in an RC Willy. 3-word prompt. Eggplant. Furious. Catastrophe. A Halloween version of a snowman. Whoops. A Halloween version of a snowman. A scarecrow instead of a snowman with a pumpkin head that comes to life. So, let's talk about that one for a split second. I thought that, or every time I've read this one, first thought that comes to mind is just that episode, I think it's like season 1 of Supernatural, with the scarecrow. Dean's, you fugly. So, like, there's that. It reminds me of Pumpkin Jack from fucking Return to Oz. So I'm trying to think of a way to, like, tell this story, to tell a story. I'm trying to think of an angle on this one. Because, like, okay, Halloween version of a snowman. Scarecrow instead of a snowman with a pumpkin head that comes to life. And it's like, okay. So it's Frosty the Snowman, except it's a pumpkin. And I feel like, you know, oh, Frosty came to life and then murdered all the children. That feels like what it's kind of going toward, but, like, that's the first idea, is just like, oh, it comes to life and it's a monster and it kills them, and that's very, like, you know, 9 o'clock on a Thursday night on the Sci-Fi Channel original movie, right? I don't even know if the Sci-Fi Channel is still around, or if they're still making original movies. They were never good, though. Never good. So, that's kind of, I've been kind of hung up on this one, just because, like, there's a story, and it's a very obvious version. While I read, I'm going to just kick my legs up, because, oh, I'm an adult and I'm allowed. A Halloween version of Snowman. Okay, I think we're going to move on, but that's kind of where my head has been at about that one. So, like, I would want to do it, but I wouldn't want to do Frosty again. And I don't think I want to do the evil snowman either. Just because yeah, I guess it's just a little too obvious, so I want to think of something else. But a virgin lights a black candle and releases 3 trapped witches. A child dies and haunts the house, but nicely. Straight up stealing this one from Tumblr, but a vampire is in an ancient history museum and sees on display a love letter addressed to them from one of their longtime friends, another vampire. They then confront their friend with something along the lines of, "God damn it, Clarence, why didn't you say something?" So, an OBGYN tries to abort the Antichrist, but it's not so easy. A fantastic voyage or inner space type scenario, but inside the body of someone being taken over by John Carpenter's The Thing. Not that it's probably important for a, like, 300-word story, but I kind of want to rewatch. I haven't. You know, I've never seen A Fantastic Voyage. I read the book in junior high, though. And I hadn't heard of Inner Space until I got the prompt and looked it up. And then I also just feel like I need to rewatch John Carpenter's The Thing, because when don't you need to rewatch John Carpenter's The Thing? I mean, really. Night of the Living Halloween Candy. It's almost been enough time. I just save that one for next Halloween. The tone prompt one, Story That Feels Like This, and the song that got me hit on copyright, which I don't know if I want to play that again, just because apparently Twitch has been slamming big name creators, or even big name creators, with DMCA takedowns, so maybe that's something we gotta be a little more careful about going forward. I don't know if anyone's gonna pay attention to my... Really? You've never seen The Thing? Scarlet Fury. Who have you been in a relationship with for the last 10 years? Who allowed this oversight to happen? Cassie made me watch The Thing the second, but within the first 2 years we were together. I didn't want it because it was spoopy. I don't like spoopy movies. Come on. It is the second best John Carpenter movie. What's the... What in your estimation, Shakespeare's... What is the best John Carpenter movie? 11 years. God, we're old. Oh, we're so old. Oh. And I can feel it right in my digestive tract. Something QAnon related because Satanism. It's too real. It's too real. Hopelessly lost, walking through the woods. It's dark and no one else is around. Then out of the corner of your eye, you see him. Shia LaBeouf. Or maybe a man carrying one half of a locket all his life, supposedly destined to find his true love. He goes through hell, adventuring, hunting, intriguing, until he becomes an older man. On a cool day, he finds a nice, quiet spot and ponders on his decisions over his locket. And then, I don't know, a dog trots up, but with the other half, it's its collar tag. To concur with the great Slavoj Žižek, they live. I barely remember They Live. I saw it. Oh, God. My first stepfather really liked it. Which means, and so I had to have been 6. I'm all out of bubblegum, Shakespeare's. I am all out of bubblegum. But considering the amount of carne asada fries I just ate, I ain't kicking anybody's ass unless it's, like, to reiterate from earlier, unless it's me vomiting on them. Which, in all fairness, I think would either... It's like a 50-50 shot on whether or not that ends the fight or just escalates it. Okay. Pumpkins that carve people. In a similar style logic, instead of a haunted suit of armor that attacks people, it's a group of people that haunt an empty suit of armor. Tremors. But they're gummy worms, and Kevin Bacon is a gummy bear named Barry Bacon. Oh, before I forget, Scarlet Fury, it's very much worth it to see John Carpenter's The Thing. It holds up really well. It's aged incredibly well. The visual effects are still some of the best in the history of horror movies. Just really knocked it out of the park. So yeah. The president finds out he's fired via Twitter. Oh, wait. And then he doesn't fucking leave! It's fine. No, it's not. It's not fine. It's bullshit. Fuck this country. Anyways. A man refuses to concede a local election in Canada. The Mounties need to evict him from the government property, but they're too nice. Oh, hey, bud, you gotta leave that there house now. We got bacon and maple syrup and some Timmy Hortons if you're hungry. That last one, I forgot that was there, honestly. This one, honestly, gives me a very Fargo vibe. Anyways. Okay. What? French omelette. Ingredients: 2 large eggs, 2 tablespoons of milk, pinch of kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper. One filling suggestions optional. Follow? I don't. Okay, so since you're here and you don't want to just look at me reading omelet oh Jesus, instructions but recipe. I was like, instructions but for food. Hi, I'm here. What I wanted to do with the French omelet one was, okay, well, I was like, what would that even look like? It'd be like an episode, like it'd be one of the fucking Saw movies. And I was like, oh no, this is exactly how I have to write it then. The story of a French omelet from start to finish from the perspective of the egg. Like, which is funny because A, I have no idea how to make a French omelet, and B, I've never seen a Saw movie. Oh, there's so much. Okay, use the freshest eggs you can find. If you're buying eggs from the farmer's market, ask the farmer for large ones. Okay? For an evenly... This is on Bon Appetit, which actually, from what I understand, they're a shitty company, but... Oh. 2020, no heroes. For an evenly cooked omelet, you need smooth eggs. This is just what this channel has become. Even I've seen Saw. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wouldn't like Saw. I've heard it's very good from people whose opinions I trust. I've had a couple of opportunities to watch it, but I don't think I would enjoy that kind. I've heard the first... Okay, so, Lil Druid, I've heard that the first one is good. And then, you know, much like any horror series, they, like, just continue to decrease in quality. But... yeah, just based on what I understand of the premise, it's the kind of movie that I would not like. I would. I don't enjoy. I don't get a lot of enjoyment from. One of the big problems I have with most horror stories. And I don't know if this holds up when you look at my body of work, but this is how I kind of feel about it. When I go into a horror movie, is I don't really enjoy watching people suffer. So, for instance, I really like the new It movies. For at least the first one, It Chapter 1. I really enjoyed It Chapter 1. And admittedly, I had a buddy who was like, well, that's not even a horror movie. It's an adventure film with scary parts. And I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. You know? I don't really get a lot out of movies that... I don't really get a lot out of movies that just kind of use... How would I put this? Movies that use human suffering as a gotcha. I remember there was a period of time around when like The Ring and The Grudge were coming out that I saw a lot of horror movies around that time that were just like just kind of unpleasant at the end of the day, and I didn't really feel good having finished watching them. So that's my soapbox about Saw. It's just that at least the first one is like, no, I've heard that the movie is good. I've probably would still be able to find some enjoyment just out of how it's done. Okay, so I'd say the first Saw is interesting, but only to see how they got around their budget of about the value of a 7-Eleven hot dog, but the rest have almost no redeeming value. IMO. Yeah, I mean, and that seems pretty, like, it you know, from what I understand, the first one doesn't fully commit to just being torture porn. And then there's there's a new one that's supposed to be coming out, or was before COVID, with Chris Rock. I was about to say The Rock, and I was like, no, that's not right. With Chris Rock in it, I think, if I remember correctly. So, anyways, back to this omelet recipe. For an evenly cooked omelet, you need smooth eggs. What? Okay. So take a whisk to them and incorporate the whites and yolks until you're left with an even mixture with no white strands or pieces of yolk floating around. You're not trying to whip the eggs, you're just trying to incorporate all the disparate bits. If you're not sure if your eggs are fully mixed, lift your whisk up in the air. If the egg falls back into the bowl in a smooth, uniform stream, they are ready. Oh, No, we lost a viewer already. Oh no. Use a non-stick pan. Nothing is more important to achieving the perfect roll than using a non-stick pan. Start your pan on medium to medium-low heat. Then you add butter to the pan. It shouldn't make a sound. Okay. No meat sizzling or foaming. Instead, you want the butter to gently melt into the skillet. When you start to again see little bubble and eggs. Again, you should hear. Make sure you season the pan, season the omelet. Oh. Your return. You brought 2 drinks.
Hot cocoa.
You brought me hot cocoa.
I did.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I haven't finished my lemonade yet.
Oh no. I didn't think about that.
Oh. It's okay. I appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah.
I'll just put it right there next to the other thing I'm drinking. Okay. Make sure you season the pan. Season it on kosher salt, black pepper. Cool. This is the key moment when the egg becomes omelet. Stir the eggs as soon as... Are you laughing at me?
You're reading about omelets?
I'm reading about omelets, damn it. We're also discussing the Saw franchise in the chat.
Excellent.
If you want to contribute.
Maybe.
I mean, from what I recall, you have opinions.
I only really remember the first one.
That's fair. Yeah, no. Scarlet Fury said, threw me under the bus and said, well, even I've seen Saw, but Scarlet Fury's never seen John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh.
So.
Oh no.
Oh no, it is oh no. And then Lil Druid has seen seen them too, and says they were terrible. Mm-hmm. And then Shakespeare, our bearded cabbie, said, I say that the first Saw is interesting, if only to see how they got around their budget of about the value of a 7-Eleven hot dog, but the rest have almost no redeeming value. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Yeah?
She says yeah. Okay. See, I fixed the chair. Well, fixed. Got it into place. Okay. So we're gonna get weird on this one. This has probably been the longest it's taken me to actually get to writing in a while. But it's that kind of day. Excuse me. Okay. Key moment when the egg becomes an omelet. Start stirring your eggs as soon as you add them to the pan to make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. Stirring also helps prevent curds of cooked egg from forming faster than it takes the entire mixture to cook. To further ensure the eggs cook evenly, vigorously shake the pan in a circular motion as you stir. Every so often, scrape down the sides of the pan to make sure no bits of egg overcook. One last note about this step. It will probably take longer than you want it to. Just remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Your patience will be rewarded. Off heat for 1 minute. This will help the bottom of the omelet finish cooking. Translation, easier rolling without running the risk of cooking the whole caboodle. Holding the skillet handle in your left hand at a slight angle, tilt the pan away from you and gently begin coaxing your omelet into a roll. Once you've made your first roll, add a pat of butter to the skillet to help loosen up the rest of the... I hate recipes. I never enjoy this process. Okay. 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 Before I forget. Why are you rolling? Go for one. Just okay, close enough. Okay. Okay. Now that I have greatly overcomplicated this whole process, which, that's my MO. So, Shakespeare X, was there ever a end to, or it feels like your chat just cut off midway through. I don't know if I don't know if that was supposed to communicate a complete idea. If it does, I'm missing it. Hey, Cassie.
Mm-hmm.
How long do eggs keep? Why is there a car driving backward down the road?
That's a good question.
They've changed their mind. They're going forward again.
Eggs keep for like a week or two? Question mark.
Need to check the recipe again. What the hell am I doing? No, don't reload the page. God damn it. Alrighty then. Hey guys, welcome back. Okay. So, let's just jump into that one and see how it went. So, prompt was story of a French omelette from start to finish from the perspective of the egg. The captive was cold. No telling how long he'd been trapped here in this padded cell. There were others, just as trapped, just as immobile. Then, one by one, they began to vanish. Over days and into weeks. Much longer trapped in this godforsaken freezer, and the captive was done for. He couldn't last much longer, not at this rate. He had maybe a day, 2 max, before he succumbed to this frigid prison. His chance came when the door opened. He didn't know who his captor was, this madman who had dragged so many away, never to return. He didn't know him, he didn't care. This was his chance. The captor's big, meaty hands dragged him from the icy box and into the warmth outside. The captive only had a moment to enjoy the relief before the beating began. 1 strike, then 2 was all it took. He felt something crack, and something leaked out of him. That couldn't be good. He hit a hard surface with barely any consciousness left, nothing more than a puddle. What the captor wanted from him, why he was doing this, no way to know. Some men just were monsters, out to make those around them suffer. Then the captive felt the heat. It started slow, a simmer, until it became broiling. If he had been able, he would have screamed, begged for mercy, cursed his tormentor's name, cried for salvation. This maniac had frozen him, beaten him, and now was burning him alive. But our captive refused to give in, gritting past the pain, even as his torturer flipped him over, twisted his broken and battered body into shapes he'd never dreamed of. The captive felt the fire cool. He didn't have the time to feel any relief. Before he'd even cooled, his captor... This is kind of a messy one. Anyways. He didn't have the time to feel any relief as the heat cooled. The captive couldn't move as his captor pulled out a knife and fork, and that son of a bitch started eating him. After all, you can't make an omelet without breaking eggs. Breaking a few eggs. This is at least the way I've always heard the saying. Alright. Oops. Lol, but yeah. Don't judge me. It was a silly prompt in the first place. Sorry, I'm trying to get the blog up and running. Haven't touched it in a couple days and consistently forget how it works. And there we go. It is up on the blog. That poor egg. You never know, little druid. Maybe he was a bad egg. I'm gonna hold this face until you respond.
What?
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 I wasn't talking to you.
Oh. Okay. What?
I don't know, you interjected. Hey. All right. Okay. What was that movie that Seth Rogen did about the food? Sausage Party, right. I didn't see it, but... But hey, now we get to take the French omelet off the prompt list and onto the finished drafts list. Or finished... whatever. Yeah, it was Sausage Party. So, I'm gonna try to do the Night of the Living Halloween candy. So here's a question for anybody in the chat, and for the Cassie sitting behind me. Mm-hmm. What is the worst Halloween candy?
Smarties.
How about you, Scarlet Fury or Little Druid, or I don't know if Shakespeare X is around or if Totes a Zombie has floated in, but... Wait, you don't like Smarties?
They're just chalky and meh.
Huh. Alright. And I'm going with the classic standby. Hate candy corn. Okay. That's at least a place to start. No, Whoppers is Burger King, Scarlet Fury. That is a hamburger. Now I understand that the distinction between candy and a hamburger. I can't even. I changed my answer to candy corn. No, candy corn was my answer. You can't have it. Dibs on the thing I don't like. See? I dibsed it. What are you gonna do now? Black licorice. It just takes me back to Jaeger nights. With Kythus, specifically. Okay. Somebody just messaged me. Oh, this is actually perfect. It had been 13 days since... I want everyone to know that Scarlet Fury just messaged me, Whoppers. I know, I'm just giving you a hard time. Okay. have hot cocoa. Oh, un momento. Did you see if do we still have cubbies, or does she clear that out?
We have cubbies. Tomorrow she's clearing them out. So if we want something, come get it.
Great.
Yeah.
Don't mind that.
What?
I'm talking in the stream. It had been 13 days since Halloween. Oh my god, wait, I need to make a reference. Okay. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Here we go. Well, we're just going to dive into it. Let's have a little bit of hot shot. It had been 13 days since Halloween. The spooky season had once again settled back into its cobwebbed grave for a year-long slumber. The trick-or-treaters gorged themselves to their heart's content, and the costume wearers returned to their civilian clothes for another year of drudgery. Some truly demented souls had already skipped straight past Thanksgiving and into the Christmas spirit. But not everyone was happy. Shoved to the back of pantries, left unopened in kitchen cupboards, and in some cases thrown away without a second glance were the unwanted, the uneaten, and the damned. Candies that no child wanted and no parent bothered with, left to wither and be forgotten. Smarties, black licorice and Whoppers, and even the dreaded holiday staple, the loathed candy corn. They'd had enough. It began to tremble, too low to be noticed. Began as a rumble, too low to be noticed, but the candies began to move, to shift where they had been abandoned, pulling themselves together, growing large, a conglomeration of the flavors of the damned. The animated candy's first victim screamed in horror at the ponderous, lumbering creature. They all screamed as the candy tore through neighborhoods with a vengeance. Never again would they be mistreated so, not by these oh-so inconsiderate creatures. However, even the most niche candies have their ardent defenders. Those strange weirdos who have such oddball tastes, or those who just will eat anything. Their time had come. They rose up against the beast. They descended upon it in waves, clinging to its body as they tore into it like wild animals. They consumed the creature down to its very last candy corn. Which is all it really wanted in the first place, wasn't it? And ever after, there were whispers of the night of the living Halloween candy. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like today had a weird energy. I love this. I'm glad you liked it. Oh, I'm glad it worked out. My head was in a weird place all day. Not a good or a bad thing, just in a weird place. But, hey, we got 2 stories, and that's what we do. Alright. Already. Alright. We'll put that over on the blog. And then we'll wrap things up. And hey, we've got 47 stories. Good for us. Oh, wait, I didn't actually hit publish, did I? All right. That was good. That was fun. Also, kind of, I always love it when they're, because it's never intentional. I never, like, set out with, like, a theme in mind, but the 2 stories of personifying food ended up being today. Coincidence. So. All. Okay. I think. I'm gonna wrap this up here. Always know, I mean, I've got a fair number of prompts left, but I am always on the lookout for more. So, I mean, oof. Got 18 left. So, 9 more days. What I do, like 8, Man, basic math sucks. So that's like 2.5 weeks if I found a way to do every single one of these. So, but all right, I think that's a good place to stop. So, unless anyone has anything else to say, I'm going to wrap this up. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully closer to 3, because I have commitments at 4, so I might end up actually rolling around a bit earlier, or just trying to rush. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, guys. I will see you tomorrow. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to write. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.